Hey dudes, my run for Emerald is officially over, but I did want to make some very last minute comments before I transition between Let's Play Pokemon Emerald and my Battle Tower run. Now, before I say anything else, I want to remind anybody who's just catching up now or who might have forgotten during the Emerald run, what I was going to do was at the end of Pokemon Emerald, I would go through Battle Tower, which is in Pokemon Emerald, in the double battles because double battles are what I specialize at. They're what I do. I'm excellent at them. And I'm going to be starting from Battle 1 in Battle Tower and going all the way to 100. And I'm going to be giving myself 3 continues. Now, the Pokemon game doesn't allow that, but because I'm using a VBA, I'm allowed to have save states. So I'm going to give myself 3 continues. So if I lose in a round, like later on, and I have to beat all 7 matches in every round, like if it so happens that I get to, for instance, this is just kind of throwing it out there, but if I get to match number 21, which is the last match of the 3rd round, and I happen to lose that match, I'll give myself a continue, and I'll start from the very first match there, like match number 15, because that's where it begins. I'll have to go through all 7 of those trainers again, but I'll let myself continue. So I think that 3 continues is a very fair, very reasonable thing to do, and the fact that I restart from the beginning of the round, like go through 7 trainers all over again, if I mess up on even one, is very generous of me. Now, if it so happens that I don't win the round, then I promise I will show you guys that. I'm sorry. If I need more than 3 continues, I will show you guys. Yeah, I needed more than 3 continues, but that's the challenge I'm giving myself. Can I make it to 100 trainers and beat 100 trainers using only 3 continues? We'll see. But anyway, for the transition to work here, last time I had to leave off real briefly because I was almost out of time. This was the rule just before YouTube changed it to 15 minutes of video, that I only had 10 minutes of time to present. So what I did was I had these 12 Pokemon in here: Ninjask, Gardevoir, Salamence, Shedinja, Registeel, Slacking, Walrein, Flygon, Latias, Metagross, Sceptile, Lileep, Walrein, Flygon, Ha! I keep on repeating the same ones over and over. I'm not like even paying attention. Anyway, these 12 Pokemon right here were the ones that I thought were worthy of taking to Battle Tower. And as you can see from their levels, like, not all of them are level 50, and not all of them are in their final form, but if they were level 50 in their final form, I would definitely consider them usable for Battle Tower. And there are 3 honorable mentions I want to make here. In my Let's Play, I did skip over a couple of captures that I could have made. And first and foremost, Melodic I consider to be the best non-legendary Pokemon out there that you can get. Yeah, I said it. Better even than Metagross. And that's saying something. So, if I could, Melodic, it's the toughest Pokemon I've ever found to capture. Like, it takes for freaking ever to find it and fish up the Feebas, and then just to get the right berries to feed it so it becomes beautiful enough. But once it's Melodic, it is absolutely amazing. Defensively, offensively, hit points wise, all around. Incredible Pokemon to have. So, Melodic makes the honorable mentions, even though it has an empty area here. Definitely catch a Melodic if you can. Now, I skipped over Safari Zone, but if I had gone to Safari Zone, then I would have gotten a Heracross in there, because Heracross is an outstanding bug type to have. It's got the move Mega Horn, which is pretty much the mother of all bug type moves. Base power 120, not too high of an accuracy, but really great to have. It's pretty much guaranteed to kill any psychic types, except maybe for Metagross. But also, if you use Heracross, if you have a fast Heracross and you use the what do you call it? That move whenever you use Endure and then you use Reversal. Reversal is a move that keeps getting stronger if you're weaker, so definitely a good move to have for Heracross, like especially if he's fast. So if you get him down to like 1 hit point, and then you're able to cast Reversal on the enemy, like if he has the Salak Berry, which increases his speed in a pinch, then he'll pretty much rape anybody who's not immune to fighting type moves. So Heracross gets an honorable mention, and then lastly, Electrode, simply because he's a very fast exploding Pokemon. Like if you keep him as a Voltorb until level 46, I believe, he'll learn Explosion, and then he'll be able to be useful for self-destruct. Plus, he has the Spark ability, so any enemies that hit him have a 30% chance of getting paralyzed. So those are the 3 honorable mentions. Melodic, oh come on, think of it. Heracross, and Electrode. And the 15 Pokemon, the ones that are here and the ones that aren't here, are the ones that I think you can get in this game that are awesome to have in the Battle Tower. In their final forms, of course. You know, let's see. He helps for increasing party member stats, speed boost and sword stance and double team and whatnot. Good for strong special attack and special defense. All around, great for having on the team. I actually have him on my team of 4. Good for killing off any enemies who can't kill him, which I guess that's not really saying much, but, he is useful in certain situations. Excellent defender, immune against more stuff than most Pokemon, like immune to attract, immune to poison type moves, immune to poison. Alright. Slacking, outstanding physical attacker, and if you're able to get him a, let's see, what do you call it? A partner that knows Skill Swap, then he'll be able to be your absolute best Pokemon on the team, because Truant won't affect him anymore. Good defender type Pokemon. It's better to use moves that aren't direct, like Toxic and then Rest, and it's good for outlasting. In his final form, obviously. Good special attacker and speed demon. Really, really good attacker Pokemon, and again, one of the Pokemon that I use for my team of 4. Alright, excellent speed, special attack, and special defense. Defense isn't so great, and attack don't care about anyway, but a really good Pokemon to have, can learn a variety of excellent special type attack moves. So, great to have. Make sure you catch it. It's worth the crap you have to go through. I swear. Pretty good attacker and speeder, but not nearly as good as Salamence. All the same, a decent Dragon-type Pokemon, and its type combo, yeah, it's weak against Ice, but there are also very few Pokemon that can do special type damage to it. And, he's immune to both ground and electrical attacks, so he's pretty good to have. And then Walrein here, pretty good all-around Pokemon, not very speedy, but, he's the Lapras of this region. You can forgive him. Alright, so finally, no more dicking around. Let's go ahead over to the other game. Let's see, I'm going to go down here to... Let's see. Oh, did I pass? There's Geb FE. I'm not sure if you could see it. Geb F. You could probably see the FE part. That's a game I was telling you about. It's a really funny game because it's so inappropriate. Okay, so here we are, and this is the team of 4 that I'm taking with me in order to get through this round. I mean, this run of Battle 1 to 100 trainers, and possibly 105 trainers, because I'll have to beat 105 if I want to make it through all the rounds that I mean to make it through. Metagross is the first teammate. He's got a brave nature, which means attack rises and speed falls. As you can see, attack is his best stat and speed is his worst, so it works out perfectly. Zapdos with a timid nature, that means that attack falls and speed rises. Again, as you can see, attack is his lowest stat, and speed is almost as high as special attack. Not quite, but it's still pretty great. And Zapdos is the only legendary on this team, but I'm not apologetic for that, because his stats are pretty close to everybody else's stats on the team. I mean, there's a reason that he's allowed to be in Battle Tower. Okay, here's Snorlax with an adamant nature, which means attack rises and special attack falls, which is which is really great to have on a Snorlax because I never use special attack anyway. So he'll serve his purpose, and I'll show you what these Pokemon can do in just a bit. And then finally, Salamence also with an adamant nature, and I never use special attack on him, but his attack is outstanding, as you'll see. The items that I'm using for these guys, as you can see, Metagross has a Persimberry, which cures confusion. With an attack of 199, I can't risk having this Metagross, and his hit points aren't really that great. I can't risk having him hurting himself in battle. So whenever the enemies try to confuse him, then I turn the tables on them, and I'd say, no, you wasted a move. My Metagross is not going to hurt himself. I don't tolerate confusion. Zapdos has the Lumberry, which prevents three main things for me. Enemies can't put him to sleep, they can't confuse him, and they can't paralyze him and take away the speed edge that he has. And that speed will really come in handy. Alright, the Choice Band here is necessary for this Snorlax because he's only got one move that I really depend upon, and that move is Self-Destruct. If you happen to look at my Let's Play of the worst Pokemon game ever made, XD Gale of Darkness, Snorlax can learn Self-Destruct in that game. He is capable of the move. And I didn't cheat when I taught it to him. You know, if I wanted to cheat, I would have just taught him Explosion. But he is capable of learning Self-Destruct, and with the same type attack bonus and the Choice Band combined, with his attack of 177, he can basically clear the board of everything. So, the Choice Band Snorlax is the deadliest weapon on my team, and probably in all of Pokemon, period. And then finally, Salamence, he's kind of got the weakest item of all, the Citrus Berry. If his speed were higher, then I would have given him a, what do you call it, the one that cures, a Cherry Berry, the one that cures paralysis. But the Citrus Berry, the reason I chose that was because enemies tend to attack him and he'll go just below half health. So the Citrus Berry is good for bringing him up so that he can survive through two moves. Now, getting to the movesets themselves, all of my Pokemon know Protect, because I want to protect in case my Snorlax has to use Self-Destruct and my own teammates need to, stay alive. Plus, Protect works for them because it's an automatic first move, and personally for Salamence, I don't want him to be frozen in battle. Like, Ice-type moves are always coming his way. Alright, Earthquake, as you can see, great attack, 100 power and accuracy. The drawback, of course, is that you hurt your own teammate if your own teammate isn't resistant to ground-type moves. So, what I do with this team, it's got two flying types, so I usually am pretty good with Earthquake here. There's only like a 1 in 3 chance that I'm going to have a Pokemon out that can be hurt by Earthquake. Aerial Ace, the enemies like to dodge a lot, I've noticed that. So what I do with Aerial Ace is, because it's on the Salamence and he's got such high attack, I can depend on this so that when the enemies are using Double Team, I can hit them anyway. And this has saved my butt many times. And then here's Brick Break. This will work against enemies who like try to put up barriers, because I do that and I know how effective they are. So I'm not going to let the enemy do the same. Plus, there's a lot of normal types that I face against because, the enemy likes to have the same type attack bonus for normal type moves because they're the most common. So this really saves me a lot, especially against dark types. Okay, for Snorlax here, as I said, yeah, he's got Protect, Earthquake, and Body Slam, but Self-Destruct is the one move that he really needs. Oh, by the way, back to Salamence for a second. His special ability is Intimidate, so he takes care of the team's physical defenses. Like, if the enemy wants to use physical moves, I like to bring out Salamence, and he can lower their attack power just enough so that I survive whenever they're hitting me. Like, it really does work. Okay, so up to Zapdos. He's the team's special defender if Salamence is the physical defender. And because he's so fast, he can put up a light screen before the enemies can really hit me with special type moves. And the light screen will protect against special types, so I'm covered on both ends. So I just briefly cover my butt before I attack the enemy. But here's Thunderbolt. I am scared of water types. They're extremely powerful. So Thunderbolt is the one surefire strategy of getting to them and really hurting them before they can hurt me. And then Protect is always a good move to have, because they'll usually go after Zapdos first. And then Drill Peck, there's some enemies that just happen to be immune to pretty much everything except flying type moves, so this comes in handy. And then finally here's Metagross, and I hardly need to mention anything else. Meteor Mash is the one sure thing to punch through defenses. But I'm out of time, so I'll see you in the next episode, and we'll get started.